Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to SATAL 2020. I'm your host, Moltar, and I need to fix my filter, unlike I didn't do last time. So let's fix that. There. Well. Good enough. All right, we fixed it. No, we didn't. It's still screwed up. Why you do this? All right, that seems better. Start over. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SATAL. I'm your host, Moltar, and we are here with Diamond League. I apologize for the change in scheduling, but ED has seemed to make some of the versions unavailable. So we couldn't go to the match that we wanted to jump to, which I think was 36 against 64th, because it was on a different version. So we've had to make do with this one, which is on the current version that I'm already on, not the current version in DCS, if that makes sense. Side note, I launched a prediction. I don't really know how that works. Jaster, maybe you can look into that. Mods, maybe you can look into that a little bit more. But predictions are going to use channel points that you gain from viewing instead of using stream bots, which I think is more intuitive in the chat. It'll alert you that there's a prediction going. So I think that's where we're going to go from now on with the prediction stuff. So I'm really excited about that. Again, today's matchup is TORO Squadron taking on TAW. Some Diamond League 6v6 action is coming at you. Kobaletti against Vaziani. So the traditional old school matchup, SATAC style. No AWACS in today's matchup. B weapon restriction, which means 120 Bs and Mark 47s. There are Tomcats. I think there's one for each team. Mustang's flying a Tomcat for Toro, and Darkside Rob is flying one for TAW. But we're going to go through the ad roll, and we are going to check out the supercut, the Thrustmaster supercut done by Alpha Whiskey. So I will see you guys back here in just a minute in the pit, and we will see how these guys get going. Here we go. You know, I'm a failure at life. I constantly forget that I need to update the titles. Why am I doing this lately? Moltar. God damn, what is wrong with you? Just constant forgetting to update the titles so that the cameras work, and it's just... I say this every stream, and I can never get it right. Okay, let's see if that works. Please work. There we go. We fixed it. We're rolling, but we are here with everybody sitting on the deck. TORO Squadron taking on TAW. Some kitties in the lineup, some eagles in the lineup. Croncat flying his eagle down there on camera too. Multiple 18s coming for TAW. Alpha, well, let's go through who's flying. Elafro, Red Core 6, Savior and Newbie 2 in 18s. Darkside Robin a 14, and Croncat in his F-15. And then jumping over to, let's get a better view of this. Jumping over to TORO Squadron, we have Fur, Lookavi, Chippy, Michael, Mustang, and who is that? Reese Caparzo. And I need to talk about what they're flying. 4 18s, a 16, and an 14, and a Tomcat coming for TORO Squadron. So lots of 18s in today's matchup. Lots of Hornets. Couple Tomcats, one Viper. One Viper. I saw somebody ask if there's a difference between Gold League and Diamond League. Not really. The main difference, three differences are, one, it's 6v6 in Diamond League, 4v4 in Gold League. Two, Jaster is banned in Diamond League. You have to have a human Rio. And three, some of the missions in Diamond League do not have AWACS, like we are seeing today. All of the missions in Gold League have AWACS. Weapon restrictions are the same. Teams can pick from an A and B weapon restriction. The reason for the less pilots in Gold League is because I wanted to make it more approachable for newer teams. Now, Gold League does not necessarily mean that the teams are worse. It just means that they're flying with less pilots. Now, there is a rule that says if you flew in Diamond League, you cannot fly in Gold League. And the reason that rule exists is because SATAL or SATAC used to be 6v6. It's all it was. And historically, there's been some teams that have been doing this for a long, long time. And we didn't want the teams that are veterans to this, that have been doing this for 5 to 10 years, coming in and pooping all over the teams that are just trying to get into this. Because competitive DCS is very different than public DCS. And I'm not saying that there's not great players in public DCS or there's not great public players in competitive play. It's just the team aspect in SATAL and SATAC is very different than public play. And if you come in and try and fly by yourself, you will get pooped all over. You will have brown fecal matter all over your face and probably inside of you at some point if you try and fly the way you do in public play in SATAL. So we tried to make it so that the teams that have been doing this for a long time weren't creating this roadblock as a level of entry for new teams. That's why Gold League was created. Now, next year, we're going to have to figure something out as these teams depart. We're probably going to have to figure something out because teams are starting to get pretty good. And what I mean by that is that I don't want teams, as this continues to get more and more competitive and teams start to get more and more experience, that teams just sit in Gold League and create this top echelon. I want there to be multiple leagues so that people feel like no matter what competitive level you are playing at, that you have a place to play. Much like how European soccer leagues exist, right? That there are different leagues. And once you make it to the top league, that's where you are. Now, historically, there has also been in soccer leagues or football leagues, if what have you, relegation, where teams, if you perform poorly at the top leagues, you get moved down. If you perform better, you get moved up. Now, one thing that creates a problem in this is that there is 6v6 and 4v4. So I don't know what we're going to do there. Next year, we may do a 4v4 league and a 6v6 league, and you're able to compete in both, and there will be multiple, like 2 leagues in both of those. We'll just have to see. So that is kind of a breakdown of what the leagues are, what SATAL is, and the different echelons and stuff. Is the F-15 sleeping? No. Croncat and TAW, they like to do this delayed departure. Now, last time we saw them fly, Darkside Rob departed with him late. We didn't like that as viewers and commentators. We thought the Tomcat should have been in the fray earlier. We didn't really like that he was getting in so late. Historically, TAW has used this last year as it was Savior and a Mirage. Now they're doing it in an F-15, and he takes off late and then enters the fight late, very fast, with a lot of fuel and still having weapons. So we'll have to see if that's what ends up taking place here. I think that's what's going to happen. Monk coming in with the community sub. Thank you very much. That was gifted to Gahanamo. Thank you. Speaking of subs and emotes and stuff, I have started the process of getting emotes. I'm starting with 5. The ones we are getting are, and they haven't been designed yet. The designer that's going to do them, I think is going to do a phenomenal job, is the telephone pole, Ninja Squirrels, which we haven't talked a lot about lately. I've tried to start bringing them back. Ninja Squirrels, the ground being undefeated, pants down, and face smile. I don't know how face smile is going to be done, but I thought it was very important to how, it's one of the key words that we use in SATAL. It's something I've coined. We got a lot more to do. I think we got like 25 or 30 more slots that we can utilize. So there's plenty more slots that can be used here. So don't get disheartened that maybe one of your favorite expressions didn't go in there. That there's still plenty of room to be able to make something happen. What happened here? I named the wrong camera the wrong thing, so let's fix this. Let's see. X. This one needs to be left. I was wondering why that camera was going to the wrong one. And then this one needs to be nothing. Okay. Let's change cameras here. Go back. There we go. We fixed it. We fixed it. Ground has won every fight, even with asteroids. Ground undefeated. Well, it may not win if the asteroid is big enough. That could be a problem. That could spell disaster for the ground. I mean, if it's big enough it breaks up, that could be bad, right? I mean, the ground may not exist anymore. So I guess theoretically, if a plane's large enough, that could happen, right? Maybe. Yeah. Looks like the F-15 Croncat has departed for TAW. So let's go see where he's gotten off to. Here he is. So here's Croncat riding along with him. But guys, how do you think today's matchup is going to go? I've seen a lot of people bet on TAW. That would be a big plane. It would be. It'd be like the Death Star. Will Warthog price ever return to normal? I hope so, but given what has historically happened with corporations, once they realize they can charge more, the price usually doesn't go back down. We'll have to see what Guillemot and Thrustmaster do, Guillemot being their parent company. I don't know. I'm hopeful. So something else while we watch these guys ingress. I sent out a tweet that I am in need of a sim pit platform. I have looked at the Monster Tech MTX. Monster Tech, I've been waiting for them to get back to me. It's been several days. 300 euros for a T16000M? What? What? That's crazy. That is crazy. That's got to be scalping, or I would sincerely hope that it comes down off of that, because that is nuts. I really, Thrustmaster, please don't let it stay that high. Man, Yeah, they're probably super at it. People staying home, wanting to get into Sims and stuff, I can see why. I mean, it makes sense. But I really hope that things calm down because that is crazy. IROBS, I didn't realize it was that bad. But lots of prices on many things except crude oil have gone through the roof. They've gone quite a ways up. But I didn't realize they were that high. That's nuts. But anyway, back to the sim pit thing. I am in need. I want a 80-20 sim pit. Extruded aluminum. Monster Tech is one of the only ones that I know of that makes one for flight sims. To get everything I want on it, it would be like $1,800. It's a lot of money, right? To get everything that I want. I mean, that doesn't include the controls, right? Now, I have sim shakers. Roundabout says I want a pit that also has sim shakers. You can mount shakers to anything. Which I have them mounted to my seat. I have a jet seat, which is, I can't fly without them. You feel naked flying without them. So if anybody has any suggestions, please let me know because I'm in dire need of some. Look at what is Toro doing? They are so spread out. What's the distance here? 13. This is going to be, I don't know. This is almost too much. This is almost too much. I'm worried about this. I'm very worried about what's going on here. Multiple missiles coming off. I saw an AIM-54 get launched by Mustang. There it is, coming from Mustang 5-1. They're so spread out. TAW launches a couple AIM-120s. I think this is... They're not supported. Maybe they supported them long enough. Tried to get a sneaky AIM-9 in there. I wonder if that was a mistake. Mach 1.2, that's going to be a glide bomb by the time it reaches its target. And yeah, they're not supported as their Mustang's breaking away. The AIM-54, though, let's take a look at it. So here's the AIM-54 as it comes in towards its target. Looks like it's targeted on Savior, who is... Can't tell how far away he is, but missile is at 900 knots, indicated Mach 2.4. I just don't see it by the time it gets to its intended target having enough energy to be able to make anything happen. No. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. So, Savior able to get away from that one with no problem at all. TORO Squadron, Mustang, Fur, and Chippy able to get away from their incoming threats. No problem at all. So, missiles being exchanged, but nothing occurring here in the opening salvos. Kroncat still ingressing. Kroncat is way back here. Way back here. He is from the front line of his own group. He is 46 miles in trail. Now, he is at Mach 1.3 and climbing. So he's climbing at Mach 1.3, sitting at 36,000 feet. Still has both his tanks on. Has 6 actives and 2 AIM-9s. Have to see what the speed looks like by the time he enters the fray. I like this approach more from TAW than what we saw from them last time. Last time, they were much more delayed with this F-15 entering combat. I like that he's only 40 or so miles behind instead of like the 75 miles that he was last time we saw them fly. That was just too far away. Way too far away, but he's still about 40 some miles behind. Red Corps 6 now coming in. Looks like he's trying to make something happen against Chippy. So here is Red Corps 6. Flipping to his camera. And he's egressing away. Sorry, guys, just getting the cameras back away from their starting positions. F10 zoomed in so I could select aircraft, but where's Chippy? There he is. So I'm going to get these set back up. Red Corps 6 was ingressing against Chippy, but he thought better of getting in that deep, and he's broken away. Savior now coming in against, I think that was Fur. Indeed it was. So here's Fur's aircraft. Let's go back to quad view so we can see everybody. Savior is on camera 4, and Fur, who he was coming in on, is on camera 2. Now, did anything get launched? 120 did get launched from Fur onto Savior. And looking at the TAC view, Looks like Savior's not going to have any issue getting away from that. There's the 120 on his right wing if we take a look at his camera. So it's right below him. It's out of energy, 1.5 miles away. No factor. He's going to get away from that one without too much of an issue. There was... What happened there? Hold on. I hit the wrong button. Let me fix tac view. There we go. Okay. So there was an AIM 54. Here it is, and it's coming after Mustang. So Mustang is right here. Oh, that's not Mustang. Here's the AIM 54 right there. So let's take a look and see if it's going to be able to get him. No, it's down to 500 knots. Mustang's still 4 miles away. That thing's not going to be able to reach out and touch anybody in its no-no spot. And hopefully I'm keeping track of the action well enough for all of you guys. Red Core 6 is on camera 1. Fur is on camera 2. Chippy camera 3. And Savior is currently on camera 4. There's the AIM 54 that we saw chasing Mustang, and it is totally out of gas. Darkside Rob releases another AIM 54. That's going to be more of a dangerous shot. That thing was launched from 20 miles. Let's grab it and see if we can ride along with it as it ingresses towards its intended location. So here's the AIM 54 as it comes in. Is it tracking anybody? It does look like it's tracking still. It's 6 miles from its intended target. Still 2,000 knots, 1,800 feet. Still tracking, flying over top Mustang. Looks like it's tracking Chippy. 2.5 miles now. And Chippy may get hit by this. This thing is still at 1,100 knots. He's turning in. He's not going to be getting a missile warning. Let's take a look. And it lost lock. It flies right in front of him. Barely misses him. I don't know if that was desync or what happened there, but that thing was close. That thing flew right in front of him. He flew just through the notch and narrowly avoids that missile as it flies right in front of his nose. So here's Chippy right now. And he launches a missile at, I think that's at Red Core 6. Oh, it was desync, so he got hit. I guess he did get hit. He blew up or disconnected or something. He exploded. And that can happen. We've seen that happen during this patch with the AIM 54s in this scenario on the tracks. So in the, he was out of the bubble. Oh, the bubble's that close? Really? Oh, that makes sense. And he tried to re-enter and then blew up. Okay, that makes sense. So for anybody that doesn't know, I'm going to pause this and explain this to everybody. So for anybody that doesn't know, there is a bubble. There is an invisible bubble that exists around Bullseye. The bubble is variable as far as how wide it is, okay? So here's Bullseye. Let's say the bubble's 100 miles across, okay? If you leave, when you enter the bubble, you can't leave. If you leave, you cannot re-enter, is what I should say. So the bubble is there to force people into combat so that people don't run all the way across the map. If a team is able to secure and own the bubble with no opposition in it for 5 minutes, they win. And that rule is there so it forces teams to not enter the bubble, right? So that AIM 54 launched from Darkside Rob forced Chippy to leave the bubble. He then re-entered as soon as he left it, and because he re-entered, he blew up. There's a script that says if you leave and then re-enter, you die. So that's, I guess, iRobski says, I can't see the bubble on TAC view, but iRobski says he did indeed leave. And you can see that TAW has pushed way into TORO Squadron's side. So if Chippy was over here, which I think he was, that makes total sense that he left the bubble. So as Dagwood says, Thunderdome at its finest. Yes, that is indeed how this usually plays out, and that's the point that of the bubble. It forces people into combat instead of allowing them just to run haphazardly all over the map. which is something we don't want because that, I guess that would be part of real combat, but the point of SATAL is to force people to fight and find out who the best pilots are and who the best teams are. So we don't want people taking off from Vaziani and flying all the way up to Krasnodar and just turning it into a fuel game without shooting at each other, okay? So that is what is going on. Now I'm going to fix my cameras here. I got to get some people that may be getting into some stuff. Okay. What am I looking at? All right. Let's hit play. Here we go. So overall picture, things are starting to get a bit mixed. Savior is coming head on against Fur, and if we go to split screen, we can see them both exchanging missiles. I'm actually going to jump to this missile launched by Savior. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. So here it comes, and it's coming in on Fur. Fur, I don't know what he's trying to do. He may be trying to notch it, but he's not going to notch it. It's still tracking him. He's trying to get slow, still trying to get slow. Now he's just running from it. Missile is still tracking him, and that's going to fly right up his tailpipe. Is it? Is it? No, it barely missed him. So Fur is still alive and running from Savior. Here's Savior's point of view again. Savior has the altitude, and I think he has a bit of an energy advantage by 300 knots, I think is what it is. So let's group this. I'm going to grab... Oh, no. Fur is now recommitting in front of Savior. Savior launches a 120, and I think that's going to be the end game for Fur as he turns right into this missile, doesn't get a missile warning, and then on Savior's point of view, pause. I got to pause this because I think there's something else going on. Where is it? Where is it? Savior, I think, has somebody else right in front of him. He does. Okay, so current point of view. Savior kills Fur, breaks off, dumps his tanks, gets, I'm going to assume, Mustang in a vertical scan, launches another 120. Here's Mustang's point of view right here. Okay, so Mustang is committing. He's turning. Since he's in a bank turn, I don't know that he's going to get a missile warning from this. Savior killed Fur, immediately sees somebody, I'm guessing on PPLI, because there's no doubt, there's no AWACS, mind you, in this situation. Sees somebody on PPLI, gets him either in the helmet-mounted sight or vertical scan, locks him up, launches another 120. Silver Phoenix says he would get a radar warning. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know where the missile, when it was launched, would be closer to his lift vector. So he may be now that the missiles entered the front aspect of his jet, but I think he's in a world of trouble. He's at Mach 1 right now on the deck, or right around Mach 1. Missile is 2.5 miles off his nose. Okay? We're going to hit play. I think he's in deep shit. I think he's in deep doo-doo right now. And before I hit play, I got to get the next one set up just so we don't miss anything. Where am I going? Okay. Make sure. Okay. So we're going to hit play and see how this one shakes out. Here we go. So Mustang has this missile 1.5 miles. I think now he knows his gig is up and pounds Mustang in the face. Both his pilots eject into the ninja squirrel-infested woods, and he goes down. Savior gets a quick twofer. Just bam, bam, thank you, ma'am. Kills 2 in a matter of 9 seconds. 9 seconds, he gets 2. And now here comes a missile. I think that was from Newbie 2. Luke Avi is now defending. He should be getting a missile warning now, and that missile, I think, is going to have enough energy to be able to chase him down. He's still trying to run from it. Half mile, 0.1 mile, and it hits him, and Luke Avi gets taken down. And I think that was from Newbie 2. So things have gone from bad to worse for TORO Squadron in the matter of 30 seconds. They have lost 3 pilots. 3 pilots. That is not good. Losing pilots for your team. Not good at all. So they have 2 pilots remaining. 4 casualties for TORO Squadron so far. 0 for TAW. Michael and Reese Caparzo are the only two left so far. They are way down here to the south. I don't know that they're going to be able to make anything happen, and the big thing that they've got to worry about is Croncat. Okay, Croncat he's sitting up at 44,000 feet. Mach 1.5. 1.5! He is way up there. Nobody's going to be able to run from him. I think he's going to be the man to close this out. Okay, he's way up north, but Mach 1.5, he's going to be able to close the distance very, very fast. Robsky says he was at 1.8 earlier. And maybe this is what TAW is utilizing this strategy for, is to use Croncat to close it out, right? Everybody else goes in and brawls, and then Croncat comes in and just beats the ever-living pasta out of everybody remaining. Quick shout out to Gordo B for dropping some gifted subs, one to Roundabout and one to Redemption Rancher. Thank you very much, Gordo B, for those gifted subs. Goes right back into making this stream better. So we are going to hit play, and we're going to see how this shakes out. My bet is on Croncat. I think he's going to be able to make something happen. Here we go. So Croncat coming through Mach 1.5, now Mach 1.7, still accelerating at 44,000 feet. Okay, let's jump to his perspective. I'm going to zoom a bit in on the TOC view. Michael is the one down here to the south that's closest to Croncat. He is right here. Right there. There is Michael. I'm going to grab his point. Nope. That is not right. I'm going to get his point of view. There we go. So if things hit the fan, we're going to be able to switch to him. But here's Croncat. So Croncat is coming in. I think he's above marks. He is above marks, so his gig isn't going to be up. Reminder, there is no AWACS, right? So they're not going to be able to see him unless they scan high. If they're not scanning high, he is death from above, unseen and uncontested. He is now at Mach 1.8. He is a missile in and of himself. There goes a 120. That missile was launched from 17 miles. Let's grab this 120. It is going to be a freight train by the time it reaches its target. And unfortunately, Michael is like, hey, I can make something happen. He launches a 120 of his own. But Michael, I don't think, realizes that this missile was launched from almost Mach 2. It is still at 1,600 knots at 1 mile from its target. Half mile, face mile, and Michael gets penetrated in a way that you do not like to see. And Croncat comes out of nowhere from the stratosphere and just takes Michael to Pound Town. Reese Caparzo now is the only one remaining. He is all by himself. And he is like 23 miles from the contested zone. So here's Reese. I like Reese Caparzo's skin. I'm digging it. But Reese Caparzo, all by yourself. And where is Croncat? Where is Croncat? Croncat has decided one is enough for him. He's still at Mach 1.8. He may have not have continued because his situational awareness wasn't all that great, but fuel may also be an issue. Where is Reese Caparzo going? Oh, I bet you Reese Caparzo left the bubble. And that's why TAW is RTB. I think that's what happened, is Reese Caparzo left the bubble, realized that he can't re-enter. Oh, he was never in the bubble. Oh, interesting. Well, that's not good. But TAW looks to be RTB because it doesn't look like Reese is in the bubble. So that is not good. He can enter if he was never in it, but I think he entered it and then left immediately, I think is what ended up happening. So let's fast forward here just so we're not wasting too much time, as there's a lot of separation between these flights. And I think what's going to happen is he entered and then left, and I think he's going to blow up. I think he's trying to re-enter right now. Yeah. Well, that was a missile. I think he just got the warning that said that, he got the message that Red has controlled the battle area for 5 minutes, which you can see on everybody's screen. And what that means is that he wasn't in the bubble, and TAW just needs to RTB, so Reese Caparzo disconnects. So well done there. But these guys are RTB back to Kobaletti, jettisoning their racks. I guess fuel may be an issue. Kroncat is Mach 1.5 RTB. It's going to take him next to no time to get back to base. He's actually almost already back to Kobaletti. Gordo B giving out 2 more tier 1 subs to Luke West 777 and Tribvin. Roundabout, his throttle definitely ain't stuck. This is just what the Eagle does in SATAL, right? It's high altitude, death from above. They use it to its advantages. They do very well. TAW does it very well at utilizing the Eagle at what it excels at. The Eagle doesn't want to get down low with people that have better SA than them. It doesn't want to get into the fight with people that have PPLI, especially with no AWACS. It doesn't want to be in that situation. So TAW, I think, recognizes that. Kroncat flew the Eagle in this situation to very good effect and took Michael to school. TAW really took TORO Squadron to school. I think TORO's downfall there was the separation that they entered the fight with, and they had multiple people leave the fight. For what reason, I don't know, but they had multiple people leave the bubble and become completely ineffective. Quick shout out again to Gordo B for gifting another tier 1 sub to Low Blow. Thank you very much. And then Diagnosis D. So 2 more gifted subs by Gordo. Gordo, you are one of the guys that's going to get your own emote. So that is coming in the next batch. I just needed to get some stuff out there for the stream to utilize. Gordo B then gives another one to Poseidon. Thank you very much, brother. And Diagnosis does 25 bits. Thank you very much, guys. Again, everything given to the stream goes straight into making the stream better. Hopefully, within the not-too-distant future, I will be able to get my hands on a GTX 3090 because I need it to be able to run more cameras. And I did set up, I sent a message out to the squadron leads. I set up dedicated folders for people to be able to submit their dedicated pilot views going forward for the matches that they fly in. Okay? And that means that it's easier for the teams to be able to submit them. It's easier for me to be able to keep track of them. And they are private folders. They're going to be links. So only the teams have access to them, and the individual pilots can submit directly to those folders. They are private, so other teams don't have access. It's only the specific team and myself that are going to have access to that, and Alpha Whiskey because he utilizes those views for the supercuts. Somebody said Gahanamo gifts a tier 1 sub to Monk 4202004. Thank you very much, brother. And Silver Phoenix says, you are dreaming, GPUs are all gone. You can get some. I buy a lot of used hardware off of Hardware Swap on Reddit, so you can definitely get them, and that's where I would probably buy one. But I don't think it's worth my time to pay exorbitant prices to get one, and I've spent an exorbitant amount of money already. Like I was telling you guys yesterday, I've just built a Unify Ubiquity Mesh network. We put out cameras up. We just moved into a new house for anybody that doesn't know. I put cameras up on the house. I'm integrating everything into HomeKit. I'm going to go through and do smart lighting in the house with Lutron Caseta. I'm buying a lot of this stuff used, but my wife would much more appreciate me doing that kind of stuff first than spending money on my dedicated pit, which I think is the next thing, and then a new GPU. And then we got to see what the 11th gen Intel CPUs do. I'm on a 10900K at 5.3 right now, but with streaming this many clients of DCS, the more hardware I can get, the better. So you should put a red wine tap on your sim. I don't drink, so I'm a soda junkie. I'm a big-time soda junkie. Gordo B gifts another 2 tier 1 subs to, I think that's Korean or Thai. It's a Pilot 0425 and AMSR 35 GTR. Thank you very much, guys. Much appreciated. I don't even know how to say that. I have no idea. No clue. No idea. But anyway, guys, I'm going to send you back to the Thrustmaster Tom Supercut done by Alpha Whiskey. This one, we saw it earlier before the match started, is amazing. Amazing. And then I'm going to get things set up. Simon says the 11900K is going to pull 300 watts. That really doesn't matter to me because I have a 1600 watt power supply because my PC actually needs over 1,000 watts because of the crap that I have in it. So I'm going to get round 2 set up. You guys are going to go watch the Supercut and then go back to the Be Right Back screen. And then we will be back for round 2. Will TORO Squadron be able to equalize? I don't know. Let's check it out. But Supercut first. See you guys back here in just a minute. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here on the ground with TAW at Vaziani. And Simmons said wattage pulling from the wall doesn't matter. The amount of heat that 300 watts output does. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm at 5.3 gigahertz. I think I'm pulling 280. I'm close to 300 watts on my CPU full load. And I sit ambience on my CPU at like 24, and full load is in the, I'm well under 70. So I'm okay if I were to go up another notch. We'll see. I used to do, for anybody that doesn't know, I used to do liquid nitrogen and phase change and all that stuff. So I'm familiar with overclocking of PCs. I just don't do that. I'm not that into it anymore. And AIOs are easier. And they're not as good as dedicated loops, and hell, air coolers can be better, but I just like to get the most out of what I can do. Anyway. Here we are. Do you guys think, why am I dressed like a 15-year-old? This is my normal dress. I like to be comfortable. I didn't know wearing sweatshirts and stuff was pseudo 15-year-old stuff. Make me sad. I'm sad about that. I also have to be, wear certain clothing because I'm 6'4", 260, and once I find something that fits, I have a tendency to only wear that thing. Like, I buy a bunch of the same thing because I'm a big dude, and normal everyday clothing doesn't really fit me. So I get a lot of things that are comfortable, and being disabled after getting hit by a truck, I don't leave the house, so why am I getting dressed up for anything? I'm perfectly confident in wearing 15-year-old clothing. Yeah, DXL is your friend, but I'd rather wear sweatshirts and stuff. It's just more comfortable. Anyway, do you guys think that TORO Squadron is going to be able to make something happen? After the routing they took in round 1, I'm not so sure. I'm worried. But I do think that the separation that they had in their ingress formation was a problem. If they were closer together, didn't have two guys that got stuck out of the bubble, things may have gone a little bit differently. But they were so far separated, mutual support was next to non-existent. Jaster just started the predictions. Thank you very much, brother. Thanks for putting that on. See, I like this one because it tells you that, hey, predictions open, predictions closed. I like that Twitch put this out there. This is good. This is good stuff. Yes, I like it. Papa Raft is betting his wife. Is that a good thing? Maybe? I don't know. I guess it depends on how much you love your wife. Whoops. TAW ingressing here. Let's go grab... Boop, boop. Get some guys from TORO Squadron. So TORO on the right, TAW on the left. Why are labels on? This is a replay track. This is not live. So when these guys fly, there are no labels. They can't see labels. We turn labels on for the broadcast so that it's easier for you guys to see what's going on and for me to cast. Because then I can see exactly who we're looking at. I can see where missiles are because they've got labels. It's just easier. So I turn them on in the track by editing them. When these guys fly, labels are disabled. They don't have any external views. You can't see yourself on the F10 map. None of that hand-holding stuff is on at all. That's all gone. And in this particular match, there's no AWACS either. So we just turn it on so that we can see where things are when we rebroadcast it. Because this match actually took place a month and a half ago. This took place, I think November 11th is when this match actually took place. So a couple patches behind, and we stream later because then we don't have to deal with stream sniping. We don't have to deal with any of that stuff. Again, shout outs to Gordo B, Oz Dead Meat, and Papa Saber getting the gifted subs. I want to see TAW versus Aggressors. We did that already. And 64th lost. It was a close match. Went 3 rounds. But it'll be up on YouTube hopefully today. I think today. I'll get it up there. They're there. I just need to make them public and edit the descriptions and stuff. So I just need to make them public. They are there. There is YouTube. You can click the panel down below. Or type !YouTube and it'll tell you. Are you using 2 PCs to get dual video feeds? No, I'm on 1 PC. My PC's just a Haas, and I'm running 4 clients of DCS at the same time. So we can go here. Boom! 4 clients. And we can go 4 clients TAC view. It's been a long time coming. You know, I have to manage 4 cameras at the same time, but I think it's worth it. It all comes together. So we can go to 3 different cameras. Whoop. There we go. We can go to quad view. We can go TAC view and quad view so you guys can see everything that's going on. Yeah, they're all windowed. They're 720p clients, so I had to make some sacrifices, but I think it's great for streaming. I think it's okay. I sold my soul. Yeah. Maybe. Maybe sold my soul. Yeah, I think 720 is fine. And trees are down. I don't think it really matters. All that matters is the jets. My wife owns my soul. My penis is in her purse. Now, she lets me do. I'm blessed that I have a wife that supports me in all of this, allows me to spend money on all of this. She's a great, great woman. Really thankful to have her. I'd be dead if I didn't have her. Swords are stolen balls? Yes. Definitely. Because she owns mine. Whoop. Wrong button. Sometimes, though, Oz dead meat, I get a little confused. I'll accidentally hit the wrong button. We'll miss things. But I try and do my best. No. Whoa! Darkside Rob is now delayed coming in here. He wasn't in round 1. But now he's well behind the 18-4 ship for TAW. He's going to come in with Kroncat. That's different. Didn't see that in round 1. Interesting. Now, will TORO Squadron be as separated as they were in round 1? I think that was their Achilles heel in that round. They were too far separated. Mutual support was nigh. And I think that's why they lost. And being that far separated forces you to be up against bubble edges. If they're a bit closer, I want to say 10 miles or just under, I think they're going to be in a lot better position. He was just taking off from another airfield. Oh, was he at another airfield? Robski says doing a rotation after takeoff, Kroncat is later. Oh, so was that the way in round 1? Robski, were you that delayed in round 1? I didn't think you were. I thought you ingressed with the 4 ship of 18s. Same in round 1. Okay, well, I'm just blind. I see. So, TORO is now spreading out. They're not as spread out as they were in round 1. But I don't like this. I mean, how far apart are we here? Okay, this isn't as bad. They're 7 miles apart. If they can keep this level of separation, I think they'll be in a much better position. Reese Caparzo, though, down here to the south, I'm not a fan. This is too far. This separation, I don't like this. Stay up here with the rest of your formation. Maybe they're trying to do a 2-2 and then 2 wingers. Maybe that's going on, but look at how close in Loch Avi is in comparison to how far away Reese Caparzo is. Reese is playing pseudo AWACS. That could make some sense. But I would have liked to see, instead of a 16 doing it, to have an 18 do it. I think the 18's ability to relay information is much better than what the 16 is able to do. And the 18, I think, has a better radar than what the 16 does, especially because of its high PRF mode, where everything in the 16 is medium PRF. Separation between the two teams is now down to... wrong button. 28 miles. So my guess is we're going to start to see launches. Indeed we are. There goes a launch from Chippy and one from Red Core 6. These launches are probably meant not to kill, but to get people down from altitude. That's my expectation here and my thought going into this. These aren't to kill, but to get people down from 40,000 feet. Kroncat has departed. My camera's in order here. Boop, boop. Sorry about that. Anyway, no more missiles have been launched. Oh, scratch that. One more has come off from Michael in his F-18. It is a 120, and that is going to be from 28 miles. Again, this probably isn't meant to kill, but is specifically meant to drop from altitude. However, TAW is doing a very good job of not bleeding all of their altitude, staying a bit high, keeping their airspeed up, while simultaneously defeating incoming threats. Now, Savior has dumped all of his altitude, but he is now climbing back up. Up here in the north, LFRO and Red Core 6 are still above 30,000 feet. Mach 1 as they come in against Loch Avi and Mustang. Darkside Rob and Kroncat are continuing to ingress into the area. This is developing into more of a wall situation. I think TORO is a bit closer together than they were in round 1. Reese Caparzo needs to be a bit aware of where he is, though. in conjunction to the bubble edge. I'm really concerned that he's just flying the bubble edge. Savior now coming in. Not sure who he's sorted on. Looks like he's on Chippy. Newbie 2 is now dragging Michael. Michael sorted on Newbie 2. Multiple missiles coming up here to the north from Lock, Avi, Fur, and Mustang. Mustang launching 2 AIM-54 Mark 47s. I'm going to assume one is on LFRO and one is on Red Corps 6. But look at the early defensive maneuvering coming from TAW. We can flip up and look at Red Corps 6's view as he defends, and he immediately split S's. I'm going to assume that was because of the 120 missile warnings. And actually, both of those AIM-54s are going on to Red Corps 6. I thought one may be going on to LFRO, but they are both going on to Red Corps 6. And I don't see, there is the missile contrails back behind him. Are they going to come down from altitude, 20,000? No, they should be about co-altitude with him. Don't see him yet. Where are they? Still don't see him. They are behind him now. There they are. So they're about a mile behind him. No factor. He dumped some chaff just in case. But Red Corps 6 well defended. And have to point out, Mustang now down to, since he utilized 2 AIM-54s, he's now down to two AIM-54s remaining. So half of his complement of available weapons was expended on that single salvo going to Red Corps 6. Now Red Corps 6 is coming in against Chippy. And if we flip back to Red Corps 6, we can see that he did launch. And there is a 120 going from him onto Chippy. Where is that? Here it is. So we've got it. And we can ride along with that missile. There's Chippy. And it's trying to track him, but it's already down to 1,000 knots, so that thing's not going to have any effect on its intended target as it gets a little bit closer, but it's going to be totally out of energy as it ingresses towards Chippy. Indeed, it is done. Now coming down here towards the bottom, we can see Savior, flipping over to his camera, is coming in and I think trying to sort on Michael. So he's a little bit all over the place, but he is trying to sort on Michael, who is a bit off his nose. Let's go back to TAC view so we can get a bit better situational awareness in this situation. Michael looks like is coming in on Newbie 2. I don't think he knows that Savior is there. Savior still pressing. Michael now recommitting onto Savior. Let's flip over and get Michael's point of view. Here's Michael's point of view. Let's go to split screen. Savior on the left, Michael on the right. Michael puts a 120 out onto Savior. Savior waits a bit longer and puts a 120 out. Let's go back to TAC view. Savior defends much more aggressively than Michael, and I'm a little bit worried. I'm going to pause this just so we don't miss this. I'm a little bit worried with the lack of aggressive defensive maneuvering coming from Michael. Savior ran his into the ground. Okay, so Savior's missile goes into the ground, but Michael's is still well above the terrain. Let's go to split screen so we can see both of these viewpoints. Where is the missile coming in? So there's the 120B coming in on Michael. The missile's on the left. Let's hit play, see how this is going to go. But the missile is still well above terrain level, tree level, and it's 1.5 miles behind. Michael still has tons of energy, over 1,000 knots. This may be a face mile incoming. 0.3 miles, 2 miles, 1 mile, face mile, and Michael is the first casualty here, going down to the North Korean Ninja Squirrels as they get more technology to boost their armament. And he is the first casualty. Unfortunate, but I think that was a lack of aggressive defensive maneuvering coming from Michael, and Savior very aggressively drove that missile from Michael into the ground. So let's pause again and take stock in what's going on in the current situation. Okay, so we have 5 pilots remaining for Toro. 5 pilots. We have Chippy, Mustang, Fur, and Lock Avi, and then Reese Caparzo down here to the south by himself. For TAW, we have 6 pilots. Newbie 2, Savior, down here to the south. Red Corps 6, Darkside Rob, LFRO, and Croncat. Okay? So the F-14 that entered late of Darkside Rob has now found its way into the fray. Croncat is a bit behind, but look at the airspeed of Darkside Rob and Croncat as they come in here. Mach 1.5, 50,000 feet. 50,000 feet. If you are going to impart the best parameters and the best potential onto your missile. This is how you do it. Mach 1.5, 50,000 feet. An Mark 47 launched from this altitude at under 20 miles is going to be a serious, serious threat as it comes in on its target. Okay? I don't know who he's going to sort on, but I anticipate a missile coming off very, very soon from him. And actually, there's already one in the air. He already launched one. Okay, so there's one right here coming in on Look Avi. It is still Mach 2.4, 18,000 feet. Look Avi looks like he's going to be breaking in front of it, which is not something you want to be doing. He is not very low. He's also not very slow. Let's see if we can see that missile. Where is it? Where are you? It's going to be above him. It's going to be somewhere back there. Okay, so let's grab the missile now. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, so here's the missile. There is Look Avi. We're going to hit play now and see how this progresses. Okay, so Look Avi is the one defending. He is breaking right in front of the missile, which is not something you want to do because you are decreasing the distance that the missile has to fly. It's also allowing the missile to fly straight 1.5 miles. Where's the missile? Should be directly above him, and it's going to plow into him. And Look Avi is the latest penetration coming from the TAW side as TAW Darkside Rob gains a kill and pile drives, uses AIM 54 telephone poles and pile drives his opposition and is now releasing another salvo. Let's grab his jet. Here goes another salvo. AIM 54. Looks like that one is either on Fur or Mustang. Okay, so we're going to move over here, go to split screen so we can see what's going on here. Play coming, and this missile is going to be a serious threat at whoever it's coming on because Fur is inside 15 miles and Mustang's going to be inside 20. Fur puts a 120 out onto LFRO, and then Mustang puts an AIM 54 out onto LFRO, and that one is not on anybody. But this one, I can't tell if that's going to track anybody. Is this one? This one's coming straight down onto somebody, and it is a dead missile as it's not tracking. So neither one of those two missiles is tracking anybody. But Darkside Rob is now sorted on Mustang, and he has a single AIM 54 remaining. He is sorted on a Mustang. Red Core 6 is also on Fur. Okay, so let's see if we can get Fur. So there's Fur, and now we're going to get Darkside Rob, who launched an AIM 54 onto somebody. So let's grab that as it comes in. So we got the AIM 54 coming in onto Mustang, and then Red Core 6 onto Fur. I'm seeing an AIM 9, anticipating an AIM 9 coming out from Red Core 6 onto Fur. I don't think that's going to track, but the AIM 54 is definitely tracking coming onto Mustang. It is going to come directly through Mustang's tailpipe. There it is, and he gets taken down. Now let's flip over to Mustang's or Red Core 6's point of view coming in onto Fur. There's a better tracking AIM 9 onto Fur 6, and Fur is the next casualty. Red Core 6 season opening and is able to make something happen. Let's pause, make sure we don't miss anything. But wow. Both of the Toro combatants turned cold, give TAW, Darkside Rob and Red Core 6 their 6s, and TAW is able to capitalize. And we have two pilots. I think maybe two pilots remaining for Toro Squadron. We have Chippy, who is in a conundrum. He is inside the belly of the beast, surrounded by 4 TAW aircraft. And then down here to the south, we have Reefs Caparzo, who has been isolated virtually the entire time. Newbie 2 has been keeping him at bay down here to the south. Okay, so we need to set up this fight between Chippy and anything else. But look at the positioning of Red Core 6. Red Core 6 takes out Fur and then immediately recognizes, hey, I'm in a great position to come in onto Chippy. Now, Chippy did put a 120 out. It's either on Darkside Rob or LFRO. But look at the positioning from Red Core 6. So let's get his point of view. Red Core 6. Let's see. Okay, so here's Red Core 6. Where is Chippy? So Chippy is 1 mile ahead of him, and he is at 7,000 feet. Darkside Rob is at 7,000 feet. Okay, so he should be somewhere, but I don't see him. Oh, maybe it's because he's already dead. So there is a 120, like, right behind Chippy's air. Yeah. No, he's not dead. He's not dead. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to make sure we don't miss anything. There we go. Okay, so we're going to watch this from Chippy's perspective. So here is Chippy's perspective coming into this fight. We can see right over this hill, okay? Right over the hill, there's a 120 that Darkside Rob just launched. So I'm going to hit play here in just a second as I am going to pull up Darkside Rob's point of view. There we go. Okay, so now we've got him for both perspectives. So we're going to hit play and see how this plays out. Here we go. But Chippy is he's in trouble. So he's right on the other side of this view. He's turning right in front of Red Core 6. Red Core 6 now sees him. He doesn't have an aim 9 left unless he's carrying 4 or 3. I think a 120's coming out. He's trying to get nose lead. There goes the 120. 120's now tracking on Chippy 6. In this particular position, Chippy's way too fast to be able to notch. He takes one. Both of his wings eject from his aircraft, and you need those wings to fly. And Chippy goes down in a ball of flame. Red Core 6 and Darkside Rob both coming out here to show Toro Squadron who's boss, getting 4 quick kills. And I can't discount Sabres. He took down Michael here early. But now we're down to Reese Caparzo again, being the only Toro Squadron combatant left in the fray. And he is down here all by himself, coming in against Newbie 2. Okay, so we need to get Newbie 2 and Reese Caparzo. Okay, so here's Reese Caparzo's view. Newbie 2 coming up here. Boop, boop, boop. Here is Newbie 2. And it looks like these two guys are just flying the death dance. Both guys are trying to get in here deep. Reese Caparzo is now on the offensive as Newbie 2 is still cold. Will Reese Caparzo be able to press his advantage? Does he see Newbie 2 on his sensors? Doesn't look like it yet. However, if we look at another view, I saw a missile contrail, I thought. No, it was an aircraft contrail. It's Savior coming in from 26,000 feet. Here is Savior's point of view. He's coming in into the fray to turn this to a 2v1 or 1v1 into a 2v2. So let's go back to split screen on this this engagement. Actually, let's go back to TAC view so you guys can see this. But Reese Caparzo and Newbie 2 are now coming together. And I'm going to give you guys the split screen view as missiles are being exchanged from inside 3 miles. I don't know that either of these guys are going to be able to get away from this. Missiles are 1 mile away from each of their intended targets. Reese Caparzo gets hit, and then Newbie 2 is immediately hit afterwards. So an exchange that goes much better for TAW because TAW had 6 pilots remaining. Now they have 5, but Toro Squadron has none. So TAW, yet again, commanding performance by them. Very well, big-time showing from TAW. The Art of Warfare coming in here. Lost no one in round 1 and only took 1 casualty here in round 2. Well done by them. Well done by them. Man, TAW came in here to play. And we didn't see much coming from Darkside Rob there in round 1. But man, did he make his presence known in round 2, getting those 2 AIM-54 kills. Actually, he launched all 4 of his AIM-54s within the span of a minute. In a minute, all 4 of his AIM-54s were gone. 2 of them hit their target. And actually, the other 2 could have hit their target, but they were launched from, I think, too high in altitude, and they were easily notched. Easily notched. But I got to give him credit. He came in late, came in at Mach 1.5, 1.6, and he let him have it. And it looks like these guys are disconnecting, so we are going to go back into the studio and wrap this baby up. So, man, oh man, did TAW come out here. Toro is a newcomer. They entered the season late, so my heart goes out to them. They entered and took the spot of, I can't remember which team left, but they entered and took somebody's spot, so my heart goes out to them. They entered Diamond League with a lot of the teams that have been here for a long time. This is Toro's first year in here. They looked good. I think their downfall there was they were too separated. I think they were too far apart. They replaced DCS half. Okay, there you go. Thank you, Robski. Thank you very much for pointing that out. Carbon drops another 100 bits. Thank you. Gordo B with the gifted sub to Silver Phoenix. thank you. And I think he gave one. I don't know if I called it out to Papa Saber, but thank you again, guys. Much appreciated. This just goes back into making the stream better. Much appreciated. Goes back into making the stream better. Let's talk about the next match that's coming. Now, we did have some issues with one of the versions being unavailable. So we're going to have to see if that is a problem going forward. So we may be skipping some matches here, just so everybody's aware. This match was TORO Squadron against TAW. So we skipped Eclipse Task Force. Did we see Eclipse? I don't know if we saw that match. I think we did. ETF against 36th. I think we saw that one. I think we did. We skipped 36 against 64th. I think we skipped that one. That was due to we didn't have the version that we could roll back to. So sorry about that. The next match we are going to see is going to be Griffin Squadron taking on MY Squadron. That is going to be tomorrow, okay? Griffin Squadron taking on MY Squadron. And both of these teams are very good. It's Gold League, but they're very good. So I don't know which way that one's going to go. That's going to be Fridays. Then we're going to take the weekend off. Then we will be back Monday with another Gold League matchup of Eclipse Task Force Premium Edition taking on TAW Wolfpack. So Friday's matchup, tomorrow's matchup is Griffin Squadron taking on MY Squadron. And then Mondays, since we're not streaming over the weekend, Mondays is Eclipse Task Force Premium Edition taking on TAW Wolfpack. Okay, so those are the two matches that are coming up. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you follow to know we go live. We're getting caught up, so we're streaming 5 times a week instead of 3 times a week. Usually we stream Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, but we're doing Monday through Friday now because I didn't stream for a month and a half because I didn't have internet. So that is what's going on. If you missed any of the matches, you can either check them out here on Twitch in the video replays, or I'm going to go make the videos public on the YouTube channel. I think there's 5 of them from last week. They will be public, and you can go back and watch those casts. Okay? I don't edit them at all, so they're exactly how they were streamed. So just be aware of that. You can fast forward around in them. I just upload them directly to YouTube. Just be aware of that. And if you want to check out any of the awesome Thrustmaster Supercuts that Alpha Whiskey does, they are available there too. I highly suggest you guys go back and watch them because each one of them is a work of art. Alpha Whiskey continues to get better and better and better and better. He is amazing. So again, guys, tomorrow, Griffin Squadron taking on MY Squadron. And then Monday is going to be Eclipse Task Force Premium Edition taking on TAW Wolfpack. All right? So until next time, I'm going to send you out with the Supercut brought to you by Thrustmaster. I'm going to send you out. I will see you guys tomorrow. 1,600 Zulus when we do this. Right now, it was at 1,500 Zulu. Now it's at 1,600 Zulu because I just kept it at 10 a.m. my time. But 1,600 Zulu tomorrow. I will see you all then. Until next time, fly safe in those virtual skies. Have a good one.